Okay, so we're ready to start assembling the, looks like the shoulder and the head. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the shoulders and we're going to take the servo. Now from the picture it looks like this is going to be mounted as such. Okay, now notice there's no servo horn on there, so we're going to take the last servo horn, the metal one, and we're going to mount it to the servo as such. There you have it, mounted that one. Now we're going to pick up the right screws. Looks like we need 4 of them. And we're going to mount it directly to the shoulders. Okay. Just gonna try to align this here. Okay, now this only mounts on one way. There are 2 slits in the back here, and there's 2 little tabs on the shoulders. Those will slide in there, and that goes right as such. Now I'm going to lay this down, put in the final screw for that one. Again, I think these are screws. Screw A will be mounted to the front chest plate of the Robotino. There you have it. Now mounted, and we are good to go. Let's kind of just put some of these parts off to the side so we can take a look at that. Let's give this another few turns here. Let me just do another quick check here. I think this is actually screwed in wrong. Sure enough, it is. Okay. Now we have the chest plate. Just going to go screwed on here. And we're going to use screw D for this one. So screw D looks like one of these guys here that we haven't used before. They look like the long, slender type, so let's just kind of give it a quick try. It's going to go in a recessed hole here. Sure enough, fits right in. So again, they're the long, slender ones. There's only 2 of them. Okay. And then we're going to screw on the back plate, which is this one here, and then this is where the servo commander is going to be mounted to. So I'm going to flip it on its back. See, how is this going to go? So this looks like it's going to go downward. And let's see, I don't know if it's going to be raised or not. Because when I mount it this way, it doesn't look like it wants to fit right. I'm just going to quickly scroll forward in the document to see. Is there any more pictures here? So what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure which way this is going to go. I'm going to take out the servo commander just for a second and see what makes sense to mount here. Should it be mounted this way? So it makes sense to be mounted with the risers outward. So there's risers on this. We're going to face them outward, and then when you put them in place, let's see how this works here. Those will overlap on the other screws. And we're going to use screw A to screw this in. From the looks of it, we're going to need 4 of the screw A's. So that's 1. That's nicely mounted. And then we're going to go ahead and mount the servo commander. It says to make sure, be careful where the USB connector is, which is right here on the top. That's going to be mounted upwards. And there we have it. Pretty easy. And we're going to use screw E. So let me just scroll back up to the beginning. Verify screw E. Okay, yep, sure enough it's these. There's only 4 of them. Now I'm going to scroll back down to page 22 and screw these in. Now don't screw these in too tight. You're screwing into plastic. Remember to screw it in diagonally so that way you Make sure to line it up right. Okay, so we are screwed in now. Now comes the fun part, which is the part we've been talking about for quite some time now. And that is putting in all the wires. Now, one thing I'm just kind of double checking is we have some leftover L brackets here, and I want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. Sure enough, we did miss something. Looks like these have to be screwed on in these areas here, and they're kind of like acting for reinforcement more than anything else. Got to screw on the inside and screw on the outside. So that's a piece of cake, not a big deal. We're just going to screw those in and run with it. Now I see that there are two different types. There are two square ones, and there's one with a rounded tip. So we're going to take those with screw A and just screw those in. It's a good thing we caught that. It actually didn't stand out to us in the diagram, but it's just a step that we missed. Doesn't mean anything because this easily screws in. And basically what we're doing is we're screwing those L brackets to the back and the front of the knee.